Hi, I wanted to bring you a little bit more information about this tax assessment. This is a development map of the city of Santa Clarita. If you follow the hand on the right side of the screen, you'll be able to see that it's following a black line. Everything within this black line here is the city of Santa Clarita. Beyond that is the county of Los Angeles. Up here we have National Forest, and over here we have National Forest. These dark red and pink areas here are proposed, are approved, and recorded development areas. The light pink areas here are proposals for development. And what the city is doing with this tax assessment is that they are sending out information proposing that they're going to actually be able to buy land and make a green belt around the city of Santa Clarita. As you can see from this, there's no way to make a green belt around the city of Santa Clarita. A lot of this land is very, very rugged and rough. There's no way it's going to be developed. These other areas down in here are all owned by landowners or by development companies that are going to develop this property here, and there's no way to stop it. They have a right to use it. And I sat down one day with the architect of this whole proposal, who came to the city council for the second time, who didn't like it the first time but came back the second time, and with the backing of the Sierra Club and others that they won't reveal, talked them into proposing this tax on the city to buy open space to make a proposed green belt around the city of Santa Clarita. As you can see, there will be no green belt around the city of Santa Clarita, but they're proposing it that way, giving everybody the impression that this green belt is going to be this open, wide space everyone can walk up to the edge to and see this open, beautiful land. Well, I sat down with the chief architect of this proposal, and she showed me the topographical areas of places that they want to buy property. She showed me some circled areas over here where there might be some areas that they could purchase, small areas. A couple more up here, vaguely, if I can remember properly, and maybe some more of them down here in the south side of town. But also, the explanation was that there were ridge lines and things like riverbeds, areas that were probably the last developed, could possibly even be developed areas. And so the idea that the green belt is going to be there is false. Secondly, they send out these flyers around the city with chalk lines around someone who was shot dead, saying that if you don't buy this open space, then we could possibly have shootings and people could be killed, and we're going to have this crime. So we want to prevent it by buying this open space green belt, which will not ever be. And so what happens is everyone has the impression that there's going to be this big land purchase. Well, guess what? Areas over here, they don't even know if they can buy any of this land. Nobody's offered any of it for sale. Obviously, this would be convenient because it's abutting a neighborhood and a development which they could easily annex into the city of Santa Clarita, which they've annexed many other areas that are similar. And that would be a great tax revenue base to the city, and that's fantastic. But what the Sierra Club does, and what I want to reiterate, is they run around the United States into communities just like ours. They start talking to the city councils, saying, listen, this is how it's done elsewhere. It's working in other places. Let's come up with a number that's doable, not too much and not too little. So we'll tax all the property owners, not the entire population, and we'll take that tax revenue and we can leverage that and buy some bonds that can pay for the down payments on the loans for the property that they want to buy. If they had represented this map with small locations where they might be able to possibly buy land, and what the actual mathematics was of the tax that they're going to raise, there is no way the citizens of this city would approve a tax through any kind of a vote or an election that would allow them to take tax money to do that. They would say, if you want it, let's find out how to do it through the current and growing tax revenue to the city. So I say to everyone in the city of Santa Clarita that sees this, vote no.